Welcome back to your safe place. Depression can manifest differently in teens than in adults. Factors like age, both internal and external, can influence how depression looks in teens. It's important to recognize that depression doesn't look the same in everyone. Adolescence is a period of dramatic developmental changes in the brain. During this time, teenagers are faced with unique life stressors and a brain that is not yet fully formed. This may lead to mental health conditions such as depression being expressed differently in adolescents than in adults, but this does not make them any less real or serious. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the signs of depression in teens. By understanding the symptoms, we can work together to prevent any further issues. So let's take a look at the warning signs of depression in teens. Number 1 is difficulty with regulating emotions. Teenagers often struggle with their temper due to the natural changes their brain is going through. The teenage brain is prone to mood swings, and depression can make these changes even more intense. This can make it harder for teens to manage their emotions. Depression is a serious mental health issue that can affect people of all ages, but it can be particularly difficult for teenagers. Teenagers who are suffering from depression are more prone to displaying irritability and defiance than adults. This likely occurs because young people are still developing and may not have the emotional tools to cope with strong feelings, leading them to act out. It is important to remember that these behaviors are symptomatic of a larger issue and should be addressed with care. Do you know a teenager who's afraid to take risks for fear of criticism? This could be a sign of increased sensitivity to criticism, which is a common symptom of teenage depression. It's normal to feel a bit of apprehension about what others may say. But for teens struggling with depression, this fear can be so overwhelming that they avoid activities they used to enjoy. Depression in teens is a complex issue. While the cause is not always clear, it has been suggested that it may relate to lower levels of self-confidence and self-worth. It's important to recognize that this is more than just laziness or insecurity. There may be a deeper underlying problem. Are you worried that a teen in your life is spending too much time in their room? Do they rarely come out unless it's time to eat? This behavior could be a sign of depression. It's important to talk to them and get help if needed. Depression can make it difficult to want to socialize with friends and family, and it can start to feel like it's easier to stay in your room alone. While it's important to take time for yourself, social isolation can be a sign that you're struggling with depression. Taking steps to reach out to people, even if it's just to talk, can be an important part of recovering from depression. For example, they might spend time with friends who share their negative outlooks on life. To help, encourage your teen to reach out to friends who are more positive and explain that these types of relationships can be beneficial. Depression affects people differently depending on their age. Teens often try to hold on to close friendships and relationships while isolating themselves from family. Adults, meanwhile, may isolate themselves from all of their relationships. It's important for those affected by depression to seek support regardless of their age. Do you know a teen who seems to be spending a lot of time on schoolwork? It may be a sign that something deeper is going on. Teenage depression is a real problem, and it can manifest in many different ways. One of the ways it can show up is by using schoolwork as a coping mechanism. Teens can become so focused on their work that they forget to take time for themselves. It's important to remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and seeking help is the best way to get through tough times. If you notice that a teenager's grades are slipping, it could be a sign of depression. Schoolwork can be demanding, and depression can drain someone's energy and motivation. While this behavior may seem like laziness on the outside, it could be a sign that something bigger is going on. Are you, or is someone you know, having a hard time focusing? It could be a sign of teenage depression. Depression can be extremely draining, leaving teens feeling exhausted and unable to concentrate on even the things they used to enjoy. If you or someone you know is having a hard time focusing, it's important to reach out to a professional to discuss it further. Don't let it go unnoticed. If you're finding it difficult to focus, it could be a sign that something more serious is going on. It could be a sign of depression or another mental health issue that you didn't cause. Don't be embarrassed or ashamed. It's important to talk to a doctor or mental health professional about what you're feeling. With their help, you can start to get the support you need to get back on track. If you notice a teen close to you is exhibiting changes in energy, like suddenly becoming more restless or sluggish, it could be a sign of depression. Pay attention to these changes and, if necessary, seek help for the teen. It's important to be aware of changes in your teen's behavior that could indicate depression. Sluggishness in teens can manifest itself in their speech, reactions, and movement. Additionally, depression-related restlessness can be seen as fidgeting or acting out in public. If you notice your teen's energy or behavior has changed in a consistent manner, it's important to take the time to look deeper. Are you noticing changes in eating or sleeping patterns in a teen? Just like adults, changes in sleep and appetite are common indicators of depression in teenagers. Whether it's overeating or undereating, or sleeping too much or too little, teens who are depressed often neglect their health and well-being. It's normal to have fluctuations in sleep or appetite every once in a while, but if these changes become consistent and persistent, it could be a sign of a bigger issue. Did you know that teens who are depressed tend to experience more physical pain than depressed adults? Depressed teens are often more affected by aches and pains than adults who are depressed. These aches can occur anywhere in the body and seem to come out of nowhere. It's not uncommon for teens with depression to experience stomach aches, headaches, or cramping throughout the body. If you or someone you know is experiencing ongoing pain without any physical explanation, it could be a manifestation of depression. Regardless of age, depression is a serious mental illness that can sneak up on you without warning. It's crucial to watch out for the signs of depression, but you don't have to face it alone. Don't let fear or stigma prevent you from seeking support. No matter how difficult things may seem, there's always hope for improvement and recovery. Fake friends can have a significant impact on teenage depression. Fake friends can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, which can trigger depression. Don't let fake friends bring you down. Take control of your life and learn how to spot them. Click now on our video to discover the signs of a fake friend and protect yourself from toxic relationships. Your journey to a happy and genuine friendship starts with just one click. Don't wait, click now.